May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free for suffering and the cause of suffering. May they be inseparable from the sublime happiness which is beyond sorrow. And may they abide in great equanimity, free from attachment to loved ones and aversion to others. This for immeasurable is one of the greatest prayer in my opinion, and it is something that we can recite every single morning to start our day. We can use it as positive affirmation to our day. It's not about being too much spiritual or trying to be a religion person. Irrespective of what, irrespective of whether you believe in religion or not, it doesn't matter, or in whatever or in whichever religion are you in, you can still practice this text or recite this, because I can see this prayer is not something that you go in front of God and ask for something. It is not something like that. This prayer is totally a vibe of positiveness to ourselves. As we say, may all sentient beings have happiness, that means we are already generating some sort of positive intention for all the sentient beings. And cause of happiness, that means we want all sentient beings to enjoy whatever the resources they have. And it is something really positive vibe for ourselves. If you want to help others, of course, at first we need to feel positive about ourselves. So whenever we generate this kind of mind, after that maybe we can think for others, right? As we start to say, may all sentient beings have happiness and cause of happiness, that means we already want other beings to be happy. And we are saying this words, that means it is giving us some sort of positive vibe. And we say that may they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. That means, again, it is very clear to understand, but yeah, whenever we think that every single being deserves happiness, after we also wish them not to suffer because we want them to be happy. And this intention has a real great quality again, because it is not something that easily we can generate, because whenever we read the text or whenever we say these words, it's of course quite easy to say like, may they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. It's very easy to say, but whenever we feel that from our heart, there will be totally something great that we feel for others, because we are really feeling it and we mean it, that every single being deserves happiness and every single being should be free from suffering and causes of suffering. So we want all sentient beings to enjoy peace and happiness and not to suffer any kind of misery. And may they be inseparable from sublime happiness which is beyond sorrow. That means we want them to be happy without any kind of miserable state. That means we want, or we pray for that. And we have positive intention for every single being, no matter if they are our relatives or the enemy. Still, we are making prayer for every one of them. I don't want to say this as a prayer, but I want to say this more as a positive intention or positive affirmation, because it is in the end helping ourselves at first level. And after that, whenever we can generate something good for others, then we can be beneficial to others. So it is always important to see in that way. If you see that you are going to do something good to others without being something, positive in our own, maybe it cannot help. So at first, at least we need to feel that we're doing something great and it is also helping us, because whenever we generate this kind of intention to help others and want to see others happy instead of getting jealous, of course that is always giving us the peace of mind and feelings of happiness at very first level. So that's why it's always important to see in that way. And may they avoid in great equanimity, free from attachment to loved ones and aversion to others. And there is huge statement here, and that shows that usually what we have is whenever we see our loved ones, we really get attached to our loved ones and we only want to see them happy. But whenever we see our enemies and others, we really ignore or we try to do something harmful to them. So to keep in balance, we must not attach to our loved one so badly, because if you attachment is root of suffering. So first thing, we should be able to get a balance between our attachment and our aversion. So whenever we see negative or our enemies, at that time also we should, at least if we can't be beneficial toward them, but at least we should control ourselves from being harmful to them. And we should spoil our loved ones.